Forbidden Games by Katee Robert, featuring Make Me Want, performed by Alexa Elmy, and Make Me Crave, performed by Samantha Cook. Make Me Want.
To Tim. Second chances make for the best stories. 1. Gideon Novak had almost canceled the meeting. He would have if he'd possessed even a shred of honor. Some things in this world were just too damn good for him to be associated with. And Lucy Bowden topped that list. To hear from her now, 2 years after. Focus on the facts. She'd called. He'd answered. It was as simple as that. The law office of Parker & Jones was the same as it had been the last time he'd walked through the doors. The small army of defense attorneys took on mostly white-collar crimes, specifically the ones that paid well. And that showed in every element of the interior. Soothing colors and bold lines projected confidence and created a calming effect. Pale blue walls and good lines didn't do a single damn thing to dial back the pressure building in his chest with each step. He usually didn't contract out with law offices. As a headhunter, Gideon preferred to stick to tech companies, various startup corporations, or literally anyone except lawyers. They were too controlling and wanted their hands on every detail, every step of the way. It was a pain in the ass. This is for Lucy. He kept his expression schooled on the elevator ride up. When he'd known her, she was somewhere around floor 6, proving herself by working cases not big enough for the lawyers with seniority to want, but that were too big to turn down. Now she was on floor 19, only a couple below Parker & Jones themselves. She'd done well for herself in the 2 years since he'd seen her last. Really well. The elevator opened into a large waiting room that didn't look anything like an actual waiting room. The more money people had, the more care was required in handling them. And the coffee bar and scattering of couches and trade magazines reflected that. The hallway was guarded by a large desk and an older woman with tasteful gray shot through her dark hair. Surprising. He'd expected a bottle blonde receptionist. Or perhaps a brunette if they were feeling adventurous. But then the woman looked up, and he got the impression of a general surveying her domain. Ah. They'd chosen someone who couldn't be bulldozed, if he didn't miss his guess. Useful to keep unruly clients in line. Gideon stopped in front of the desk and did his best to appear non-threatening. I'm here to see Lucy Bowden. She's expecting you. She turned back to her computer, effectively dismissing him. He spent half a second wondering at her qualifications, and if she was amiable to being poached for a different company, before he set it aside. Stepping on Lucy's toes by stealing her receptionist wasn't a good way to start off this meeting. He'd spent the last week trying to figure out why the hell Lucy would seek him out. New York was rife with headhunters. Gideon was good, better than good. But considering their history, there had to be someone better suited for the job. You could have said no. Yeah, he could have. But he owed Lucy Bowden. A single meeting wasn't much in the face of the fact that he'd more or less single-handedly brought her engagement down in flames. He knocked on the dark wooden door as he opened it. The office was bright and airy, big windows overlooking New York. The only furniture a large L-shaped desk and 2 comfortable-looking chairs arranged in front of it. Gideon took in the room in a single sweep, and then focused on the woman behind the desk. Lucy sat straight, her narrow shoulders tense, as if she was about to step onto a battlefield. Her long dark hair was
Sample complete. Ready to continue?